I'm Cameron Klaus. This is my tribute speech. These are two of my audience members, and these are my other two audience members. Okay. He grew up in France from the age of 5 to 14 before returning to the States, and through that, he used basketball to overcome the immense change in his life. Kobe Bryant used his love of the sport he was raised in to overcome so much and make a difference for many people in the States and across the world. He's an iconic player, a supportive father for all kids, and he has a great mindset for success. In order to understand the positive impact that he made, I had to learn how he earned his large platform. Salem Press Biographical Encyclopedia published in 2020 about his life, upbringing, his time in the NBA, and the loss of him and his daughter Gigi. He was drafted in 1996, and he was the 13th overall pick. He was the youngest starter in NBA history. He had 2 championships by the time he was 22 with the Lakers, and in 2008, he was named MVP and had won 5 championships. He's also the youngest player in history to earn 30,000 points and join many basketball legends. He announced his retirement in the 2015-2016 season with a poem, a video, and an animation entitled Dear Basketball. I'm now going to show a short clip of the poem.
My dad's tube socks. Just shooting imaginary game-winning shots in the Great Western Form. I knew one thing was real. I fell in love with you. A love so deep, I gave you my all. From my mind and body.
So just in that very opening line of the poem, we can see that he gave his life to the game of basketball. And in the poem, he personifies the sport as someone that he is eternally grateful to the time he spent with. Leaving the NBA didn't remove Kobe from the spotlight, and he used his large platform to reach many young athletes. His wife gave him the title Girl Dad at his memorial service, and that quickly caught on in the press. He is the proud father to 4 daughters, and he started Mamba Sports Academy, which is a multi-sport facility that he used to teach young athletes many different sports. He also coached his daughter Gianna's youth basketball team. He took a very hands-on approach to fatherhood. Many people don't know that he also wrote sports-based children's books and continues spreading his love for sports and the game of basketball even more. He brought passion, dedication, and his work ethic to all projects that he took on. In order to learn more about the Mama Mentality nickname, I had to learn more about the man behind it. Periscope News had an in-depth interview with him last September and published it shortly after his passing. It was titled Life and Business According to Kobe, and I learned many of his key aspects to his success. He says that his competitive fuel comes 98% from within himself and not between him and other people. He uses his love for learning and his love for the game for his drive. He also sets higher expectations for himself than others do for him. He said that he needs to build trust with his teammates and his coworkers, and that everyone needs to believe that they're all getting better and it's not just for one person's betterment. He says that heroes also have to have someone to look up to, and him and his daughter look up to Taylor Swift. He says that her dedication to her artistry shows in how long she has spent at the top of the charts. It's also important to have a good inner dialogue with yourself. He mentioned, what do you say to yourself if you skip a day of training or if you hit a creative block? And with that, you have to accept your mistakes and move on in life. And he says, don't dwell, move on, learn from your mistakes, and things will start turning up. Kobe was a complex man, and I am so glad to have learned more about him and the man behind the basketball legend. He has a hardworking mentality, unmatched skill on the court, and his dedication to youth sports made him the perfect person for my tribute speech. Kobe said, you can't control passion. You need to keep those flames burning. There's nothing you can do about it. And he lived his whole life that way, and I admire him deeply. Thank you.